Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Angus Scumm Show. My name is Michael Kent, and I am a special effects makeup artist. You know, with a little bit of makeup, special effects makeup, you can be a clown! or a creepy horror host like Angus Scumm. There's many characters you become with a little bit of special effects makeup. I began my makeup career at the age of 12. I was reading an issue of Famous Monsters magazine, and in that I found Dick Smith's Monster Makeup Handbook. Many of today's makeup artists also started with the same book. It was a tutorial to teach us how to do special effects makeup. Just recently, Dick Smith passed away, and we're dedicating this show to him. Now, because I've created this character of Angus Scumm in 1984 for Channel 10 Cake TV Horror Host Audition, we're going to show you today how Angus Scumm is done. My friend Mark Angenola, who's a very good makeup artist, is going to take my face and turn me into the character of Angus Scumm. This is all dedicated to all the work that Dick Smith has done, teaching us and just being who he is. I hope you enjoy. Well, folks, my name's Michael Kent, and welcome to the commentary. And with me is
Mark Angenola,
who is the special effects makeup artist doing my makeup. And what else do you do, Mark?
See, I'm the DP, the editor, a graphic artist.
Yeah, he does everything for the Angus Scumm Show. And here he is doing my makeup. And what is it you're doing right now?
I was cleaning your face. Now I'm applying Prozaid, medical adhesive, for the prosthetics, which is the nose and chin.
Yeah, to the nose and chin, Prozaid.
But I use an astringent or 99% alcohol for cleaning the face.
For cleaning, and you're removing the oils,
yeah, exactly,
right?
Exactly.
And that just
better adhesion
makes makes everything stick better.
Yes.
Now let's talk a little bit about these appliances. Now, as long as I've done makeup, I love using foam latex, but it's got its drawbacks. Foam latex you can only use once because the edges are ruined. But now, tell me about the appliances you're going to be putting on me here.
What I used is a silicone. It's a platinum silicone. Mm-hmm. It's a EcoFlex 10. It's a very soft rubber, and you could reuse these over and over.
That is the benefit of using silicone.
Yes.
Now, I've not worked a lot with silicone, but Mark has. Mark has worked with me doing foam latex. We did some stuff for some TV shows like The Adventures of Superboy.
Mm-hmm.
And, Mark did the makeup for Young Frankenstein at Manatee Players in their production of Young Frankenstein.
Yes.
And he did all the sculpting, and then we worked together to do the foam latex appliance, and we made a bald cap and attached it to the forehead piece to make one piece.
Right.
Now, right now you are applying, you've got the nose and chin on.
Yes.
What are you putting on here?
Right now I'm sealing the edges with more Prozaid. And if there's like a thick edge, I usually use a Cabo Patch, a thickened Prozaid. And you could either use, you could air dry it or add Cabosil.
Yeah, the Prozaid, I know in the past when I've used Prozaid, if I let it set out, it thickens up. But if you don't have time, you can add the Cabosil and make it Cabo Patch. Is that what you call it?
You could Cabo Patch or Bondo.
Bondo, yeah. And you seal the edges, and it will make everything smooth so you can't see where the appliance is attached to the skin.
Right. I also want to point out when using silicone as opposed to foam latex, the silicone you have to let the Prozaid dry and tack up before you apply it. Sometimes when you're using foam, you could pretty much attach it when it's still wet because it will soak it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of times when I do foam latex, I will actually use spirit gum to apply the foam piece. It holds on great.
Yes.
But if it's around the mouth, I will use Prozac. But like you said, once it's tacked up and you apply it, once you touch it there, it's stuck. You can't like pull it off unless you have to go in there and you got to practically redo it.
Yeah, you could remove it with alcohol.
Remove it with alcohol.
Or repair maybe a little fouled up edge. You could take a little brush with alcohol and kind of fix it.
Now, are you applying the...
I'm applying the Cabo patch right now.
Oh, the Cabo
the
patch,
Bondo.
okay.
I'm using a spatula, a little dental spatula.
And then after you apply that, do you have to dry it with a hairdryer, or does it...
You can, but I pretty much, when I'm preparing other things, I'll let it just air dry.
Yeah.
But yeah, to speed up the process, definitely a blow dryer.
Now, something real funny about this, I don't know, I must have been tired that day. I must have fell asleep like 10 times. If you watch my head, there I go. And Mark's hollering at me, wake up!
It's falling out. I wonder what you're dreaming about right now.
I don't know, man. I kept my eyes closed and all that. I kept
It's like a boat in water.
Yeah, really.
Bobbing and weaving.
Where am I going?
Here I'm getting rid of the tack. Prozac always leaves a tack even when it's dry.
So you're
powdering it
to get rid of the tack.
Yeah.
Now the next step after powdering the Prozac is to apply the base makeup, correct?
Yes, and what I'm using is RMG, which is rubber mask grease paint.
Now what's the difference between RMG and regular makeup?
Cream makeup?
Yeah.
It's castor oil.
It's a castor oil base.
And RMG is made for foam latex or latex.
Yes. And one of the reasons is if you've ever glued a rubber nose on your face and put regular makeup on it, the nose is a different color.
Exactly.
Because the way it accepts the makeup.
Right.
That's why they make the RMG, the castor oil base, because it won't do that on foam latex. That's the makeup being applied.
What you can do if you don't have RMG and you only have cream makeup, you get castor sealer. And you could do a coat of that, and then you could use any kind of makeup over that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, that I did not know.
This is called castor sealer.
I think there's several times in there I yawn real big because I'm tired. Okay, now you just finished doing the base, right?
Yes.
And then the next thing you will be adding is me waking up.
I'm doing the shadows right now.
The shadows.
Yes.
And I believe we did shadows above the eyelids.
Yes.
And we did them down each side of the nose.
Yeah.
And
cheekbone.
The cheekbone.
The temples and the jawline.
The temples and the jawline. And if you notice, this is a really heavy makeup.
Right.
Angus Scumm is based on a horror show host from the 50s. And back then, this is the type of makeup they would have done, a very theatrical, heavy makeup.
Hardline, heavy.
Hardline. Yes. Yeah, this character was created in 1984, and I was a member. I don't know if many of you knew who was, what was his name, the horror show host in Tampa? Oh, Dr. Paul Bear.
Yes.
Dr. Paul Bear. He was the president of the Magic Club in Winter Haven.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the president of our Magic Club when he passed away, and I got to go to his ceremony, and we did a broken wand ceremony for Dick Bennett, who played Dr. Paul Bear.
Oh, here he goes. I'm doing highlights right now.
Highlights goes on the eyelids, the
Eyelids.
cheeks, and down the center of the nose
The brow.
and the brow. Did you do the chin too?
Just a little bit.
Just
yes.
a little bit
Yes,
on
I
the
did.
chin.
Make things pop a little bit.
Make it pop.
Now I'm blending it all. Somewhat. Still leaving a little hard edge in
You're,
there.
yeah, you're still leaving the good hard edges there where they need to be. So
Did a little dance right there. I don't know what that was about.
I think I had to fart.
Angus had to fart. Oh, whoa, that was a big one there.
I'm going to sleep. I think, isn't that when you hollered at us and wake up,
Yes.
Michael?
Now I'm adding powder to set the RMG. And I'm also including a setting spray, which is a Michael Davey product. It's called Silly Color.
Mm-hmm.
It's got multi-uses, actually, but I use it as a setting spray.
It's kind of like when a person does a drawing with chalk. They
Yes.
will take and use crystal clear, put out by Crown to spray the chalk, and it mats the chalk onto the page so it doesn't wipe off. And that's kind of like what your sealing spray is doing, correct?
Yes, yes.
It's kind of setting the makeup. The powder sets the makeup, but the sealing spray seals the makeup.
It's like a reinsurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to move around more so I wouldn't fall asleep.
Yeah, you get up at one moment. I think you get something to eat because then you start seeing you're cleaning your teeth.
You
There's
know,
a
when I
setting
opened
spray.
my mouth there, I wasn't yawning. I was taking a deep breath, so when you sprayed the sealer in my face,
That's
what
right,
it was.
that's
I
right.
thought I was yawning. And using a hairdryer that kind of dries the sealer quicker.
Yes.
And it's got, what's it got in it? It's kind of sinks.
It's a Silly Color in alcohol.
Alcohol,
99%
okay, yeah.
There you are, cleaning your teeth. You must have gotten some to eat.
Couldn't get the popcorn out from between my teeth.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Now, here in a few minutes, you're going to be gluing my eyebrows on. Now, when I invented this character, I used just spirit gum and I used crepe hair. And it's important that when you put the crepe hair on, that you need to make sure that the spirit gum will hold it on. And you have a special thing that you do with the spirit gum after you put it on.
Yes, you're supposed to, well, everybody's supposed to do this, is tack it up and either use your finger, but including besides my finger, I included pantyhose, which I learned from Michael Spatola, a well-known makeup artist out of L.A.
Mm-hmm.
And there I am with the,
You
it
just
tacks
wrap
it
it
up,
around
but
your-
it also mats it up, too, at the same time.
It kind of, you just wrap it around your finger, right?
Yes, yeah.
Now, most spirit gum, regular spirit gum, is shiny.
Yes.
You can buy matte spirit gum that is
Yes.
not shiny, but you can also take regular spirit gum that is shiny and put some Cabosil in it, and that will matte up
Mm-hmm.
the spirit gum. So, for those beginning makeup artists out there, I hope you learned something from watching this.
Mm-hmm.
Mark's got a lot of great information, and he does an excellent job on the Angus Scumm makeup. I swear to God, every time you do my eyebrows, they're different links shooting different directions. But that's the way it's kind of been planned, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And here we are.
Here is the
Yeah.
teeth. With the teeth, once I get those in,
The grand finale.
the grand finale. Once I put those teeth in, then I become the character known as Angus Scumm.
And you made these teeth, too.
And I made those teeth, that's right. You know, my mom always told me that I could make dentures for her, but I don't think she'd like the ones I'd make. They're all split and got gaps in them and broken and... Now, it's kind of funny. You notice my collar is unbuttoned up at the top. I must have took 30 years trying to get that top button closed up. I don't know if my shirt's too tight or what, but I tried and tried and tried, and I couldn't get it.
And this is sped up.
Yeah, this is fast. Well, we're getting close to the end of this video. Folks, I hope you've enjoyed the making of Angus Scumm, so I'll say goodbye. Mark, say goodbye.
Goodbye, Mark.
There's one in every group. Well, there you have it, folks. The making of a creepy horror host like Angus Scumm. You know, in the tradition of Dick Smith, he was very generous with his information. We will continue to do that on the Dick Smith dedicated show. So, what's the name of the segment? Dick Smith Tribute. Yes, the Dick Smith Tribute. So join us next week when our next episode will be all about Dick Smith. Till then, have a horrible day. Cut. That's all. Cut. Stop the camera. So I'm finished. Stop it. Don't make me bite you.